A new half hour. We do it in 30-minute chunks.
Reset.
Yeah, every 30 minutes we're resetting, in case you were wondering. But it is a Friday, it is a holiday. We've got Britta next to me and cruising on through.
Yep, big old weekend. So whether you're traveling, staying home, we hope that you have a very happy and safe Labor Day weekend. For folks that are trying to hit the road down south, it's going to be tough. We have heavy rain. We've also experienced some flooding today across parts of Louisiana. Yesterday it was Arkansas. So a few trouble spots that you kind of have to hop through. And that was the scene in Fayetteville, Arkansas yesterday. Yep, water rushing on by. We had rain totals 6 to 8 inches in central parts of Arkansas yesterday. So as they say, when it rains, it pours. And today is another day. In fact, that boundary that helped create the heavy rain yesterday in Arkansas has now pushed into Louisiana. The good news is it's at least moving today. So yesterday, everything was set up that it was training over the same spots. And so for hour after hour, Arkansas got pounded. This has more of a push from north to south today, which is a better radar trend for at least trying to contain some of the flooding. We still have it, but it's a more favorable setup than seeing that training effect northwest to southeast where the same towns are going to get hit. With that said, here's a look at the flood warnings that we're still tracking. They go from East Texas all the way through Louisiana. Shreveport has been a spot that we've had a couple aggressive reports early this morning. In the overnight, they had a rain rate just south of downtown that was 4 inches of rain in an hour. That is a crazy amount. That's like tropical rain to get 4 inches of rain per hour. And the reports that we've gotten in from the area are for street flooding. So, you know, good news that we haven't heard worse than that, but it is still tagged considerable. So this is an area, you know, I would say Shreveport to Mansfield on Interstate 49, I would say it's a no travel zone. The rain is coming down, so we've started the first step. In flooding, you got to turn off the source, make it stop raining, and then allow the time for it to drain out. So we're at least on step one, and then we'll start to see some of these waterways, you know, improve.
Yeah, it's been nice to not see a lot of storm reports.
Yes.
As long as you can keep people out of the roads and off the roads where the water has accumulated, then you should be okay, you should fare okay. But it is wild to see just another stretch of flash flood warnings. Yesterday, this was more to the north, where we had it over Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, dealing with the flash flood concerns yesterday. But this is a lot of moisture to work with, and to your point, when you get the training of these storms and really not a chance to get much of a break, especially in an urban area, it just runs right.
Yeah. Here's a look at East Texas. They also are battling flood warnings. Those are radar indicated, so it makes me feel a little better. One exception would be down here kind of by Carthage. This is still in East Texas, but you have more rain to get through. So this is an area where we still are going to battle for a couple hours. So in Shelby County, just be really careful in East Texas because that's going to continue to be a hot spot. Moving over to Alexandria, it'll be interesting to see if we get a flash flood warning for Alexandria proper. Right now, the warning is to the parish just to the north. Again, similar setup. It's just going to take several hours for the rain to move through, but at least it's moving. So what's the heads up and how can we help you out here? I-10 travelers, Houston to New Orleans, like get on the road now because you move this boundary down to the south, you throw in daytime heating, it's going to be a hot mess. And I've done this drive so many times I can't even count. I can tell you every bathroom break on I-10. And it really stinks to do this drive in heavy rain. We also have a component here where it's not just going to be heavy rain, but we have severe weather. So some of these thunderstorms this afternoon along the I-10 corridor, they can pump out a wind gust of greater than 60 miles per hour. We can see isolated tornadoes. I think the severe component will be more isolated. The flood threat probably a little bit higher. But no matter what, this is exactly, if I was with my family and we were doing our drive today, I'd be like, oh, we're either leaving now or we're going tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be full. It's going to be full of cars. You get a lot of trucks that commute on this corridor, and then you get the blinding rain on top of that. Rain always slows people down, and then you get the hydroplaning concern. So noting that for today, honestly, not great timing, but it is what it is, and you have the threat for flooding even through the weekend. That everything kind of riding this boundary,
but still there.
Not everybody will see it, and that's a good point when you talk about the flash flood outlooks, the excessive rain outlooks. The level 1 is quite broad across the Gulf Coast and into the southeast. Doesn't mean everybody will see flooding, but it means the potential is there for some of you. Okay, let's keep going east. Let's
Right?
follow the rain, right? Follow the crumbs, so to speak. This is Jacksonville from just yesterday, Jacksonville, Florida. The clouds are overhead. The rain was falling, heavy at times, and we'll see another round of rain as we head through today. So Jacksonville, keep that umbrella handy and maybe have a backup plan if you had been trying to get out to the beach or whatever it may have been. The boundary that we're watching that's even instigating some of the showers to the west, it is also draped across Florida. The difference, though, and I wanted to start with this for a reason, is that it's generally quiet right now in Florida. In fact, across the peninsula, we're not looking at much activity. The one spot where things are kind of trying to bubble up is if we take it just a little bit closer to southwest Florida in towards Marco Island, Bonita Springs, maybe hearing some of the thunder. Just some of these storms that are starting to bubble up and move from south to north. You get further into the day and things are going to fill in, Britta. I mean, it is summer after all in Florida.
Yes.
This just makes it a little worse.
It's wet season. I mean, you can literally set your clock to it every afternoon. A little bit of a change up this weekend. We're going to have a broad rotation of an area of low pressure, not tropical, but it keeps the overall flavor of the forecast unsettled. And it means that the afternoon downpours, they might have a little extra punch to them. We do have a jet to the north of us, so that kind of buffers the southeast coastline, but keeps the pressure down into Florida. And although, you know, we're talking about a low developing on a front and that kind of raises the red flags for weather enthusiasts when it comes to tropical development, the chances are really low. The story really more is on the side of this is an unsettled weather pattern. We have more rain coming down every day. And it's a holiday weekend, and that kind of stinks. And so you just have to be creative with your timeline. And when you have times like right now, I mean, right now the majority of Florida is dry. So go now. Go take your walk, go to the beach. And then when you start to see the rain set in, know that when it rains, it's going to come down hard.
Yeah, and I think, you know, sometimes we watch these lows try to develop and then try to slide off to the northeast. Because of the position of the jet, that trough,
that can't happen.
Everything's going to just go out to sea. And it's kind of a similar pattern to what we saw with Fernan, with Aaron. Everything's getting pushed out.
And that means for the Carolinas, you're like scotch-free.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it just really stinks to be in the southeast because you guys are experiencing the nastier side of everything. To Britta's point, though, regardless of anything, the rain is in the forecast and very heavy totals that we're going to see. So multiple instances of storms, especially for South Florida, Southeast Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. These are spots where you could have big rain producers and maybe a couple of big rain producers over the course of the weekend.
As we continue just to go day by day, notice a diurnal effect for sure.
Yeah.
If you're betting on it, the afternoon's going to be not the bet to take because you're going to have a higher potential of having storms moving through. You can kind of sense that broad circulation on our exclusive Fox model. That's just that upper level, low kind of flavor going on. Again, doesn't change the setup. We're still talking about some hefty downpours. We could use the rain in Southeast Florida, so if you're somebody that's always looking for the glass half full, there you have it, the positive twist. You don't want drought, so we do need to get the rain in. And this is rain season. This is when we anticipate to get our moisture in. So when we go into dry season, we're not battling fires.
Yeah, we can see quite a bit of wildfires erupt in Florida when things are very dry. And